What's going on? I'm Andre with Wealthlink Media, and this is one of the best business models that you can implement in your agency today to charge businesses an extra $1,000 every single month, and they're going to be extremely happy, and you are as well, right? And this is just optimizing their SEO ranking, getting them quick results, and helping them with a consistent flow of leads every single month. And the best part about this is once you set it up, you only have to manage it maybe around 20 to 30 minutes every week. And just sit back and relax, right? So I'm going to get right into it. So this is a client, one of our clients, they're Warrior Windows in Arizona. This is before working with us. They were number 2 in their area and pretty much nowhere to be found outside of that, right? The before picture on the left. And then the after picture on the right, that's working with us for a little over 2 weeks now. So not very long at all. But they're actually number 1 in their area from only 2 weeks of working with us, and that is Casa Grande in Arizona. And you can imagine being number 1 in a specific city, how many more leads you're going to end up getting, and they get an extra, 30 to 40 more calls every single month, and it's only been 2 weeks, right? So the 6 steps of creating this for your clients is number 1, research based on niche and competition. Right. So before getting into the SEO for your client, you want to do a lot of research and make sure that you're setting them up for success. Right. So if my client is in Casa Grande, right, so that's where they're located right now, we want to actually, since they're a service-based business, so they don't have an actual address, we want to make sure that they're in the best place to succeed based on where they're at right now. So when they came to me, they had maybe 5 reviews or less, and they didn't have much traction on their business page. So I knew it would be extremely difficult to compete in a place like Mesa, Arizona, which is one of the most populated cities in all of Arizona. Then instead of competing in a place like Casa Grande, where it has a lot less people and a lot less competition, right? So you can see on the left, there's competitors that have over hundreds of views and multiple that have over 300. And that would just be really hard. I don't want to compete with them. I want to get my clients results right away, right? And on the right, you can see they're number 1 in Casa Grande when searching home window replace. And that's only been 2 weeks because there's a lot less competition there, right? And I set that up strategically from the start. So the way I set it up is I used a software called SpyFu. Now you can also use something like SEMrush or something like that. It doesn't really matter what you use, but some kind of platform that you can search key terms and then find out, how many people are actually searching these in those areas. So I found, my client wasn't the most popular on Google My Business, and they didn't have a lot of reviews. So I didn't feel comfortable jumping into a place like Mesa, which is the picture on the right. You can see window replace in Mesa. There's 420 people searching that every single month, which is huge. Those businesses are getting so much traction, the ones that are number 1 and number 2 and 3, that are ranked properly for keywords in Mesa. So instead of competing with them, I actually decided to compete with Casa Grande, and that's the picture on the left. So that's like only 30 to 40 people searching that every month. But we can get into that space and compete with these people a lot quicker. And then once we have, a certain amount of reviews where I feel like we're in a better position to compete with people in Mesa, then we're just going to switch to Mesa and then crush it down there. So number 3 is optimizing Google business page on SEO. And that's through your name, services, photos, and your description, right? So before working with me, all they had was Warrior Windows, and they didn't have anything else. That's all they had in their name. And the name makes such a big difference on your Google business page, because when it's optimized correctly with the correct keywords that you find out, in SpyFu or SEMrush, then it's going to pop up a lot easier, right? Because we know from those 2 tools that people are going to be researching or searching in the toolbox home window replace or something like that. And they're also going to be searching Casa Grande and AZ. So you want to make sure to put that all in your name. And then the services, you want to have as much services as possible maxed out. Photos, you want to implement as many photos as possible. I believe Google Business Page only allows up to 30 photos. So when you're uploading the photos as well, you also want them, if you can, you want to geotag the photos. And that's really easy. You just search geotag photos in Google. And then that site is going to automatically make sure the photos look like they're coming from that address that is stated on the Google business page. So a little trick, a little hack, you don't have to do that, but it helps out. And then the description, right? So you want to make sure the description, I believe the description has like 750 characters you can use on max. You want to max out that description as much as possible. And then once you have that set up, there's 2 more things that you want to focus on to help bring your client's page up the quickest way possible. And, before I get into citations and reviews, SEO, there's a lot more to do with, there's a lot more to SEO than just all these things that I'm saying, just these 6 steps, right? You have to optimize your photos. There's backlinks. There's a bunch of stuff. I'm just giving you guys the main things that you can implement into your business right away so you can start charging $1,000 a month, right? You don't have to be an SEO expert to give your clients insane results, right? And I'm proving that. So reviews and citations are the next 2 biggest things to focus on. And all that is making sure that you're getting as many 5-star reviews for your clients as possible. And then the listings is the citations, right? So all citations are pretty much like a Google popularity contest, and Google sees, how much your address, your phone number, and there's one other thing. Oh yeah, your name is perfected across all these different platforms like Yellow Pages, Business Bureau, Better Business Bureau, all those different pages. Google sees that, and if it's correct across all these pages and it looks exactly the same, then Google's going to rank you higher because they're going to see you as more of a legit business, right? And you can see what we did with Warrior Windows. We made sure that their name, Warrior Windows Home Window Replace Casa Grande AZ, is perfect across all these platforms. Easy Local, Hot Frog. I don't even know half of these places, but I know that it needs to be perfect across all these platforms, and that's also going to help rank them up in a big, big way, right? And then, every single week, every single month, you want to make sure that these addresses, phone numbers, and names are constantly, perfect, right? Because these pages, these websites, they might change up your name a little bit every month. So you just want to stay on top of it and make sure that nothing's changing up and they're always the same, right? So that's the management side of things for the citations, and the management side of things for the reviews is, I understand that the business has most to do with, they're mostly at fault if someone is to write a bad review, right? It's not your job to provide great service for the business. That's the business's job. But it is your job to help make it as easy as possible for a customer to give them a 4 or a 5-star review. That is your job, right? And so one of the best ways to do this is set up a CRM on the back end to have some sort of funnel, right? And then that funnel is going to be automatically sent out when the customer has a great experience with the business that you're working with. Let's say they just completed a window job or whatever, and then they move them into the sold category. Then this is going to automatically send to their phone like, hey, thank you for working with us or whatever in a quick text. And then it's going to leave them a link to go to this funnel right here, the review funnel. And then that review funnel, it's really cool because it only allows them to click on the 4 or the 5-star review to actually give them a review, right? So if they click on a 3-star or less, it's going to take them to this page right here on the right, where they're going to be able to enter in more feedback and just say exactly why they didn't give the 4 or 5-star review. And then if they do give the 4 or 5-star review, it's going to take them straight to the Google business page where they can write the review, right? So we found that this works the best to eliminate, anything less than a 4-star review, because you really don't want that on your page. It looks really bad, right? And so if you follow all of these different steps, these simple 6 steps, and you consistently manage their profile, make sure they consistently get good reviews, their citations are always perfect, they're going to keep climbing up in the ranks every single month, and they're going to keep getting a consistent flow of leads every single month. And you can just sit back and relax for the most part. They're going to be super happy. You're going to be super happy. And that's pretty much how it is. So if you found that helpful, go ahead and give this a like, comment below if you want to see something else in terms of SEO and local SEO. And I'm looking forward to talking with you in the next video.